Imagine a young boy standing in the scorching streets of Camas, Spain, kicking a worn-out football against the wall for hours. His dream, not just to play, but to dominate the beautiful game. This boy was Sergio Ramos, and what he went through to become one of the greatest defenders in history is a story of blood, sweat, and relentless determination. Sergio Ramos was never handed anything on a silver platter. Born into a modest family, he knew that talent alone wouldn't take him to the top. He needed to work harder than anyone else. Football was his escape, his passion, his obsession. But from a young age, he faced doubters. Coaches told him he was too aggressive, too reckless. Rivals underestimated him. But Ramos never backed down. He transformed every criticism into fuel, every setback into motivation. At just 14, he joined Sevilla's youth academy, a place where only the best survive. Every training session was a battle. Every match was a war. He was a skinny kid back then, but he played with the heart of a lion. The older boys tried to push him around, but what they didn't know was that Ramos thrived on challenges. He trained harder, tackled stronger, ran faster. He wasn't just playing football, he was making a statement. Then came the heartbreak. At 18, after breaking into Sevilla's first team, he faced his first major obstacle. His performances were electric, but Sevilla, the club he loved, was struggling financially. A decision had to be made. He was sold to Real Madrid. For a teenager who grew up idolizing the club, it should have been a dream come true. But reality was different. Arriving at Madrid, he was an outsider, a young Andalusian boy in a locker room full of superstars. The pressure was suffocating. Critics questioned whether he was worth the transfer fee. He made mistakes. He was benched. The media ripped him apart. But Ramos, he never allowed failure to define him. He trained relentlessly, proving his worth in every minute he got on the pitch. And then came his defining moments. His leadership, his mentality, his ability to rise when it mattered most. He fought for every ball as if his life depended on it. He bled for the badge. Soon, he wasn't just a Madrid player, he was Madrid's warrior. But his true rise to greatness came in the form of two unforgettable words: La Decima. Champions League Final, 2014, 93rd minute. Real Madrid was trailing against Atletico Madrid. Fans had already lost hope, but not Ramos. A corner kick was taken. He rose above everyone. Boom. His header ripped through the net. The stadium exploded. That goal didn't just save Madrid, it cemented his legacy. From that moment on, Ramos wasn't just a defender, he was a legend. But legends are built on struggles. In the years that followed, he endured injuries, suspensions, and controversies. He was called dirty, reckless, but he never changed who he was. He never played it safe. He was born to fight. With every setback, he came back stronger. He lifted trophies, captained his team, and led Spain to international glory. And just when people thought he had nothing left to prove, he did it again. 2016, 2017, 2018, he led Real Madrid to 3 consecutive Champions League titles, a feat few captains in history have achieved. But Ramos wasn't just a captain, he was Madrid's backbone, their warrior, their gladiator. His journey wasn't perfect. He made mistakes, he faced criticism, but every time he fell, he got back up. And that's what makes Sergio Ramos special. Not just his trophies, not just his goals, but his heart, his fight, his refusal to accept defeat. Now, as he stands among football's immortals, one thing is clear: Sergio Ramos was never just a footballer. He was a symbol of resilience, a testament that no matter how many times life knocks you down, if you have the heart of a warrior, you rise again. Because champions aren't born, they are made. And Sergio Ramos, he made himself into one of the greatest of all time. Even as the years passed, his hunger never faded. He continued to push himself beyond limits. Every game, every tackle, every challenge, he gave it his all. New generations arrived, but Ramos remained the rock, the leader, the fighter. Even in his final days at Madrid, he showed the same fire, the same intensity. When he moved on to Paris, people thought his time was up. But Ramos proved once again, he was never one to give up. He adapted, evolved, and fought just as fiercely. Because for him, football was never just a game, it was his battlefield. And warriors never stop fighting. Even when the final whistle blows, their legacy lives on.